Please subscribe to the channel. Mercedes-Benz SL Class Review. The latest in a long line of Mercedes SLs is sportier and more advanced than ever. A new 4-cylinder option, an intriguing twist on the formula. A Mercedes institution since mid-1950s, the SL has evolved through many different guises over the decades before staking its claim on the mid-ground between luxury open-top tourer and sporting two-seat soft-top you see here. The SL has always been an expensive car, the six-figure price now on a par with convertible and Targa versions of the Porsche 911, while the performance of the thunderous V8 engines in the SL55 and SL63, and newly introduced all-wheel drive, also keep tabs on the road. The addition of a new 4-cylinder SL43 is an interesting twist, and offers a downsized engine and vaguely sensible running costs into the mix. And with AMG's input, it feels like this latest SL has sporting ambitions that go way beyond a gentle cruise to the golf club for a couple of rounds and a gin and tonic at the bar afterwards. Running costs for a Mercedes-Benz SL Class. Even this entry-level model costs well over six figures and, in our hands, struggled to do much better than mid-20s MPG. We were interested in the idea of an SL with a 4-cylinder engine, given it seems very much in the spirit of downsizing, value for money and a nod to some sense of environmental responsibility even at this end of the market. But even this entry-level model costs well over six figures and, in our hands, struggled to do much better than mid-20s MPG. So don't try and kid yourself, it's anything but total four-wheeled indulgence. The SL has always been an expensive car, though, so it feels unfair to criticize it on that basis. And those costs will continue beyond the purchase or monthly finance figures, with everything from tax, fuel and insurance to servicing and general upkeep all befitting a prestige purchase of this kind. Reliability of a Mercedes-Benz SL Class. AMG traditions like the hand-built engine hopefully point to a more rigorous sense of quality control. For all its long-established reputation for engineering rigor and general quality, Mercedes, like many other luxury brands, typically records disappointing results on popular reliability rankings. You'd have to hope it's a cut above a typical Mercedes, though, and AMG traditions like the hand-built engine, complete with a plaque under the bonnet bearing the signature of the technician who assembled yours, hopefully point to a more rigorous sense of quality control. Safety for a Mercedes-Benz SL Class. In a first for the SL, the version 8 models also get all-wheel drive. This generation of SL now counts as a full AMG model, and feels a lot sportier than any in living memory. But it's still a Mercedes. And safety tech is a big part of the deal. In a first for the SL, the version 8 models also get all-wheel drive, meaning you can enjoy the incredible performance as much in roof-up weather as when you're enjoying it top-down in the sun. Given the power outputs on these versions, that's probably a good thing. Ditto the fact all AMG customers have the option of attending a dedicated training session where you can explore the performance alongside an instructor on a test track and skid pan, and really feel how those systems are keeping you safe. If you prefer to trust the black boxes, an optional driving assistance package takes the existing driver aids to the next level, with active interventions for steering, brakes and speed according to hazards, traffic and other parameters detected by the sensors. How comfortable is the Mercedes-Benz SL Class? With the fabric roof raised, the SL is as quiet and refined as most coupes, while with it folded away, the wind in what remains of your hair remains discreetly pleasurable. There are two rear seats in the SL, but they look pretty much useless for anything other than additional stash space. Which is a good job, given the boot is pretty small. Ultimately, if you want to stand any chance of carrying extra passengers in a car of this nature, the Porsche 911 remains your only real option. As a two-seater, though, the SL fully lives up to the luxury dream, and feels a lot more spacious inside than the AMG GT it seemingly replaces. At its best, the SL has always combined S-Class comfort with sports car fun. And with this latest version, Mercedes is very much in its comfort zone. Everything looks and feels expensive, with soft leather, high-quality trim and a range of comfort-enhancing features ranging from massage to seats that can, depending on the local climate, warm or cool you through the upholstery, or even blow warm air down the back of your neck via Mercedes' air scarf system. Not all of this is standard on all models, so get ready to dig a little deeper in your wallet for the full package. With the fabric roof raised, the SL is as quiet and refined as most coupes, while with it folded away, the wind in what remains of your hair remains discreetly pleasurable rather than annoying. Fancier models get adjustable suspension that wafts impressively in comfort mode while tightening things up if you want a sportier feel, the generally light steering also gaining some weight and precision as you do so. While it lacks the adjustable suspension as standard, the lighter weight of the 4-cylinder SL43 means it rides a little more smoothly across the board. The lighter engine also making it feel a fraction more agile on twisty roads. We actually preferred the more natural feeling of the regular steering compared with the all-wheel steering on the version 8 version as well. Features of the Mercedes-Benz SL Class. You sit low but comfortably in front of a neat digital instrument display with fabulously crisp graphics and an endless range of personalization options. The opportunity to make your SL feel steadily fancier and more luxurious is basically dependent on how much money you care to throw at it. The leather's getting softer and trim bits shinier as you go. Generally, the range comprises identically priced premium and touring options, the former with darker trim bits while the latter have a more traditional combination of chrome and pale upholstery. At this price, even in its most basic, all things relative, form, it's still a pretty special place to be, though. You sit low but comfortably in front of a neat digital instrument display with fabulously crisp graphics and an endless range of personalization options. While in the middle, a large, tablet-style screen seemingly floats in space and can be tilted to avoid annoying reflections if you're driving on a sunny day with the roof down. This and the capacitive controls on the steering wheel are your main point of contact with the many and various systems, which can feel bewildering at first but follow a common operating logic with every other car in the range. So if you already have a modern Mercedes, you'll be just fine. And even if you don't, you'll come to appreciate the depth of configurability, the quality of the tech, and the beautiful way in which it is presented. Saying that we're not massive fans of the touch-sensitive controls on the wheel, on the basis it's too easy to accidentally operate them while just going about your business. On the positive side, we really appreciated the option to lower all 4 windows with the press of a single button, meaning you can avoid the social shame of driving a convertible with the front windows down but the rear ones still sticking up out of the bodywork. Power for a Mercedes-Benz SL Class. The SL63 ups the power from 476 horsepower, plenty, to 585 horsepower, more than enough. AMG fans of a certain vintage will appreciate the return of the SL55 badge on one of the 2 V8 options, this reprising the name of the model that really launched Mercedes' tuning division into the public imagination a couple of decades ago. And with its thundering exhaust note and muscular, turbocharged performance, it certainly lives up to this heritage. Still not enough, the SL63 ups the power from 476 horsepower, plenty, to 585 horsepower, more than enough. While adding extra technical trickery to help put it all to the road. We drove the SL55 and at no point whatsoever felt like it needed more noise, power or performance. We also tried the 4-cylinder SL43, which seemingly may lack some posing power in the engine department, but actually has more power than V8 SLs of a few years back. True, it can't match the drama of the bigger engined ones, but it's nicely refined, plenty fast enough, and until the hybrid version arrives is the nearest you can get to an SL with a social conscience.